Well, hello there! Welcome back to another exciting episode of Nessa Tries New Random Makeup that you found at CVS. So, I found some makeup. This is actually not a new brand. I was kind of thinking it was since I had not heard anything about it before. But what I got is these items right here. This is a brand called RK by Kiss. I actually have an eyeshadow palette, I have a mascara, and I have a few different lip options. I have a lipstick, a liquid lip, a gloss, and a more creamy gloss, I guess, a matte lip cream. So I have a few different formulas to play with, so we're just gonna jump right into it. And all this stuff was really affordable, like I'm talking just a couple of dollars. And you guys will see that as I continue along throughout the video. I'll go kind of one at a time as I, go through the steps. So what I'm gonna start with is some eyeshadow. This is a part of their Dear Diary series. This one's called Breakup Dawn, and it is their mini eyeshadow palette. I picked this one because I was thinking it would be a fun kind of cool tone palette to maybe test out, see if it actually works. For $2.99, I mean, you're not really losing much. So what I'm gonna do is do some swatches. I'm gonna swatch them all out of my hand. I need to raise up my sleeve here. And none of these have any names, so I'm just gonna go from the top to the bottom, row by row, just like so. And I'll just show you them all once they're swatched out. Here we have them all swatched out, and I'm honestly not really impressed at all. Some of these are so extremely powdery, they just felt very chalky, and they just kind of crumbled everywhere to like this white one, the beginning cream shade, the pink, and a couple of these brown tone ones that just felt so extremely chalky. So we're gonna have to see how they actually apply to the eyes. I'm gonna start things off by taking this cream color up here. I'm just gonna try to apply it in the transition. Holy moly, this thing is powdery. It's just raining. I wonder if you guys can see that. Now I did prime my lids with my Holy Grail Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. So I mean, if these don't work with that, you already know. Okay, so that went just as expected. I mean, it really just kind of set the lid and that's about it. So let's keep it moving. I'm now gonna attempt to take this shade right here. I believe this is another matte shade. Taking it on my Morphe Y16 brush. Gonna work this into the crease as the transition shade. Just kind of running it all back and forth. I mean, this is really kind of gonna be a look where I'm just winging it. I'm not exactly sure where it's gonna go because I'm not exactly sure how many mattes are actually in the palette because they all have that glittery overspray on it. So we will find out. Do you guys see any color coming off? I'm like really digging into this palette as well. Okay, so one side has that second eyeshadow on, one does not. I see a little bit of a tint, but it honestly has not done much for me. So I have been staring at this palette, trying to figure out which are actually matte because of that overspray that's on there. I mean, it's so hard to tell. So what I'm gonna try to do is go in now with this one. I'm hoping it's gonna come out matte because I need something else. I can't just go with these two shadows. I mean, they really didn't do much of anything. I need some deeper, darker shadows. So I'm just gonna be working this into the crease and the outer corner, trying to build up a little bit of color. Building it up one more time, I went back into it. I mean, we're making progress, guys, we're making progress. By the way, this was the Morphe Y19 brush. Then I'm gonna be taking this shade right down here at the bottom, taking it on my Makeup Geek pointed crease brush, trying to work it into this outer corner. Okay, I see some color there. Not exactly what I was expecting, but I see color. This shade right here is the one that I went in with, and look at how dark it looks like on my finger. It looks like it's a dark, rich kind of brown shade. I was thinking it was gonna really make the look pop a little bit more, and then when you put it on the eyes, I mean, it blends out into kind of like a soft charcoal. It's just so far off from what I was expecting it to look like. I think I'm now gonna try to go in with this pink shade as my all over the lid color. I'll try to help it out. I'm gonna spritz it with a little bit of the setting spray. So as I was applying this, I kind of tilted my head back so I could see it a little bit more. And then I realized there's some areas that really didn't even blend out that evenly. Some areas it's a little bit darker, and then some areas it goes a little bit patchy. And this pink shade just does not want to stick on the lid. I'm going to attempt to do one last little touch. I'm going to go in with this white shade right here on my pencil brush and attempt to, I just dusted it off and nothing popped off. Jesus. Picked up a lot. Still see some on there. Nothing. Might just not need to dust it and just try to place it there. Do something. Can try to highlight the brow bone with the same little shade. I'm now gonna see if some mascara can revive this look. I had also grabbed one of their mascaras. Here's what it looks like just right out of the packaging. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but here's the wand. It has very small little bristles on there. Come on, mascara, pump up the volume. So it seems like this product is really runny. It keeps spraying all over my cheek. I'm trying to be a little bit more gentle. I was kind of really going through my lashes like kind of fast, how I normally do it, and it was just drizzling all down on my cheek right now. It does have a nice little wand to really get the bottom lashes though. Oh man, but the more I'm going over it, I'm getting weird little spider legs. So I went ahead and zoomed you guys back out. I do still have 4 lip products to play with. These right here, I'm gonna swatch them, and I'm gonna swatch them on my lips. I do still have positive thoughts. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the first 2 products I tried out, I'm still gonna keep a positive attitude and not count these off yet. So let's start with the glosses. The first gloss I have by them is their Plush Gloss, and this is in the shade Cartel. This is a pink tone gloss. Kind of reminds me of the Sugar Sugar that I really love by Hard Candy, but this is like a fraction of the price. It smells super sweet as well. It smells like kind of candy, but here's what it looks like. It's just like a very light kind of pink tone gloss. It looks very nice on it, and it's not even a really sticky feeling that's on the lips. It feels very comfortable. I like it. This is their Creamalicious. This is their Triple Butter Matte Lip Cream, and it is in the shade Tickle Me Silly. My only note is if you're going based off the packaging, that might not be 100% accurate. As you guys can see, it's a lot deeper of a pink than what the actual tube is. I was kind of expecting like the tube color. It says it has mango butter, shea butter, and coconut butter, and whew, it smells amazing. It smells like a sherbet. And here's what Tickle Me Silly looks like. It's definitely a lot more vibrant on the lips than what I was expecting it to, but it is a very pretty shade. It is completely matte and it does feel very comfortable. I also enjoy this one. That one's nice. Third lip product I have is a matte lipstick, and it is in the shade Grape Fit. With some of the really deeper shades, you can tell if the formula is very patchy or if it's not. Holy moly, that is an intense color. Ooh. And it could be just this specific color because it's so dark, but the color is actually transferring from the top lip to the bottom lip, and it's leaving a weird kind of patchiness. So that one's gonna be a pass for me just because of this shade. I would be willing to try a few more of those lipsticks out just to kind of see if it's going to be the same kind of thing. But let's wipe this off. I have one more to test out. This is their liquid lipstick, their Forever Matte in Wildfire. And what does this packaging remind you of? I mean, this looks just like the Kylie ones. Oh, and it has one of those little doe foot applicators that'll give you a little push. Ooh, that is a vibrant red. I definitely enjoyed the little doe foot applicator on this one. It gave me a lot of good control. I'm gonna give this a minute to see if it dries down and how it dries down. Oh man, and it dries down quick. This has just been like 30 seconds and it's like completely transfer proof. It's locked into place. Feels very comfortable on the lips. Now, it's definitely a very drying formula. It feels like it just completely sunk into my lips. So I think the real test is actually going to be a wear test. See how this performs all day long. Does it clump up? Can you reapply it? How does it actually last? What I'm actually going to do is give you guys a wear test of these. I'm not going to do any check-ins, but I am going to leave the results in the description box. So just unfold that and I will leave how this wears over the course of the whole day. With that being said, that is it for today's video. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a wrap-up of all of the products real quick. And starting with the eyeshadow palette, I don't think this is worth it. Don't even spend $2.99 on it. Unfortunately, it just did not work. I had really high hopes for it. I was thinking it was going to turn out really great, but honestly, it was patchy. The way in which they looked in the pan is not the way in which they turned out on the eyes, and they weren't really pigmented at all. I feel like if you're gonna do drugstore eyeshadows, go for the Wet n Wild. This one's about $5, I believe. But the quality is just so much better and you get such a lot more in variety of colors to choose from. I mean, once these are blended out, they all seem kind of like the same. So no to the eyeshadow palette. The mascara was just a meh. It coated the lashes, yes, but I mean, that was basically it. I expect a little bit more from my mascaras. I want them to give me volume. I want them to give me a little bit of fullness. And these gave me kind of weird little spider legs. And you know, so that's just gonna be another pass for me. And then we have the lip products, which the lipstick is the only one that I was not a fan of. It seemed like it was very patchy, and just by talking for like 1 minute, it was starting to shift around the product quite easily. And that right there just tells me like, no, you shouldn't be wearing that, because then you're gonna be out, you're gonna be talking, and it's just gonna look like a hot mess. You're gonna look in the bathroom later on and just be like, I look awful. But I really enjoyed the gloss, the Creamalicious Matte Lip Cream, and this liquid lip. They all felt really nice in formula, and I really enjoyed them, and I will update you guys how they actually wear. But this is the thing with first impressions. You have no idea how this is going to turn out. I was expecting something completely different, and I was completely caught off guard, and some of the items just did not work out. And that's just the way it goes. So hopefully, if you have been keeping your eye on the RK Beauty, I've been able to navigate you through some of it. They do have a whole lot more of product, and I am still kind of interested in trying out more of their stuff. It definitely does not deter me from trying other stuff. So if there's anything left from their line that you want me to test out, please leave that in a comment down below, and I would be happy to do so. But that was it for today's video, so please, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and hit that little bell button so you will be notified every time I post. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!